everyone, I am CA Vibhuti Nanak. Welcome to our channel Voxcov Academy. In today's video, I'll be discussing income under the head profit and gains from business profession part 6, in which we are talking about the taxation of a partnership firm as well as taxation effects on its partners. If I talk about the brief content we were doing under this head, I have already covered the meaning of PGPP and the term income, the expenses which are allowed as well as disallowed, and presumptive taxation. This is part 6 on which we are dealing completely and solely with partnership. If you have not watched the previous parts, I'll provide the link in the description and you can watch those videos. First of all, what is a partnership? Before understanding what is a partnership firm, we should understand what is a partnership. So partnership basically is when two or more than two people join together for sharing and management of profits in an organization, and that is a legal separate entity is formed, because whenever a partnership firm is taken into existence or when two or more people join hands together for share of profits and management of the business, a partnership firm comes into existence and is taxed as a separate legal entity. It is being distinct from the partnership firm is different from its partners. So it has its own PAN number and its taxation is totally different from the normal routine individual taxation system. Now, if we talk about the scheme of taxation of partnership firm, so partnership firm ideally gives in either of the following names. It can be salary, bonus, commission, remuneration, any fees to the partners. Then the taxation in the hands of firm as well as in the hands of the partners is always different. So in today's video, what we'll do is we'll first understand the taxation in the hands of firm, and then later in the video we'll understand how the income received from the firm in the hands of the partners, how the tax treatment is to be done. First of all, discussing about the taxation or the tax treatment in the hands of firm. See, whenever a partnership firm in any manner or in any name gives anything to its partners, then it is an expense for the firm. It is debited to the profit and loss account. Now, anything debited to the profit and loss account is allowed or disallowed depending upon the Income Tax Act. So its deduction to the firm is available only and only if the conditions of section 184 as well as condition of section 40B are satisfied. Along with that, the expense is deductible under section 36 and 37. Now 36 and 37 we have already discussed in the earlier parts. If I talk about section 184 and 40B, that detailed discussion we'll do right now. First of all, what is section 184? Now 184 says that a firm must be evidenced by an instrument, that is a legal agreement. A legal agreement or a deed is to be formed by the partners, and that instrument needs to define the number of partners, the share of partners, the profit sharing ratio of the partners in the partnership firm, how the firm will act, what is the motive of the firm, everything regarding the functionality, how the interest will be paid, how the remuneration will be paid, everything should be covered in the deed itself, right? And this deed needs to be submitted to the income tax department while filing the first income tax return. Now, secondly, as I already told, that individual share of the partners must be specified in that instrument, and if there is any revision in the profit sharing ratio, then that instrument needs to be revised, and that revised instrument again needs to be given to the department. So talking about section 40B, 40B says that how the interest or the remuneration or in what percentage it is to be given to the partners. So the first thing it says that interest is or it must be authorized by the partnership deed. Secondly, the deduction is available both to the working as well as non-working partners, and the maximum interest allowed for deduction should be 12%, right? So 12% is the cap and it should be authorized by the partnership deed. Why deduction is available both to the non-working and working partner? Because even the non-working partner can contribute capital or provide loan to the firm and can earn interest on that income which is given by the partner to the firm. This was easy. The second is the remuneration part. Now this remuneration deduction is only available to working partners. Ideally it is correct also, because working partners are the person who are actively participating in the functioning of the business or the firm. So remuneration mostly is given to the working partners, but for the Income Tax Act, even if the firm is giving to the non-working partner, there is no problem. But the deduction available in the Income Tax Act is only for the working partners. Now deduction is allowed as follows. How the deduction is allowed? If there is a loss or profit up to rupees 3 lakh. Now this profit is known as book profit. So if the firm is earning a loss, incurring a loss, or earning a profit up to rupees 3 lakh, then the deduction is available on the maximum remuneration what the partnership firm can give to its partner is 90% of book profit or 1,50,000, whichever is higher. So if there is a loss, then 1,50,000 is the cap. If there is an income of 4 lakh rupees, then 90%, if there is an income of, let's suppose, 2 lakh rupees, then 90% of 2 lakh will be 1,80,000 or 1,50,000, whichever is higher. So 1,80,000 is the cap. On the balance profits, that is over and above 3 lakh rupees, till 3 lakh rupees, 90% is the available amount of the salary which they can give or remuneration they can give. On the balance profits, that is over and above 3 lakh, 60% of book profit is to be calculated. First we'll look it into an example and then we'll understand what is book profit. Let's suppose the firm is having a loss of 40,000 as book profits. The actual remuneration given is 2 lakh rupees. So what is the maximum remuneration? 90% of book profits or 1,50,000, whichever is higher. So in this case it's a loss, so 150 is allowed as remuneration. If the book profits are 20,000, actual remuneration is 50,000. So 90% of 20,000 is 18,000 or 1,50,000. So in this case 50,000 is given, so cap is 1,50,000. This is allowed. The next case, the book profits are 1,50,000. The actual remuneration is 1,80,000. So 90% of 1,50,000 will be 1,35,000 or 1,50,000, whichever is higher. So in this case 1,50,000 is allowed, 180 will not be allowed. The last case is the book profits are 10 lakh. So till 3 lakh rupees it will be 90% of 3 lakh, that is 2,70,000. On balance 7 lakh it is 60%, that is 4,20,000. So 420 plus 270 is 690. What they are actually giving is 5 lakh. So it is within the limit. So remuneration allowed will be 5 lakh rupees. Now what is book profit? Book profit is, ideally it is said that net profit as per your profit and loss account, and you have to give the expenditure allowance, disallowance as per section 28 to 44D. But what happens is, what I have taken is net profit as per the Income Tax Act. So you have to take the allowances, disallowances as per the act, and you have to add the remuneration to the partners, because definitely it is not allowed in this case. So this need to be added back completely, whatever is given. Then you have to add the interest in excess of 12%. So if you are giving 16% interest, the 4% additional interest need to be added back. The last balance is the book profit, and then the 90% or 60% calculation is to be done on this book profit. Whatever amount is allowed, if it is within the acceptable limit, it will be deducted. If it is not an acceptable limit, then whatever is the calculated amount will be deducted from the book profits. Right? Now this was okay. If I talk about the tax liability of a firm, so there is no slab rate in this case. It's a flat 30% tax rate in case of a partnership firm. If the income is more than 1 crore rupees, then there is a surcharge of 12%, and cess at the rate 4% is mandatorily to be added in all cases. So this was about taxability of firm. Now we'll talk about individual partner in a firm. So if I talk about the taxability or whatever they are earning, first of all they earn or they get the share of profit, because the firm was formed with an objective to earn profit. So whatever share of profit is there, it is exempt under section 10(2)(a). Right? So there is no taxation on the share of profit. But the remuneration and interest the partner is earning, if that remuneration and interest is deductible in the hands of company under section 40B limits, then taxable in the hands of firm partners. If it is not deductible in hands of the company, then they are not taxable in the hands of the partners also. Right? So this was a small topic in which in detail I wanted to discuss about the partners and the partnership firm taxability as per the Income Tax Act point of view. So this topic is available in Income Tax Basics on my website. So if you want, you can take the PPT for future references in the PDF format. You can follow VoxCov Academy on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and subscribe to my channel for future updates. That's all for today's video. Thank you very much.